A challenging and overwhelming time for those living with dementia, as well as their caregivers. But this can also be an opportunity for us to connect with them again. And since cooking is such a core part of the holidays, we are right here in the kitchen with Sarah Lovegreen. She is with the Alzheimer's Association. So a lot of those opportunities to connect with our loved ones happen right here in the kitchen. What are some ways that we can include them?
It's really about letting them do what they can, right? So maybe it's not measuring, but it's adding things to the bowl, and you can control what order the bowl goes in. They can stir, right? The repetitive activity might feel really great. Or even just with the kitchen being the central place of the home, right? Everyone's gathering in there. Maybe they can help fold napkins or get the forks out and do some other things to just be part of that environment.
What are tasks, though, that we should avoid assigning them?
So, especially depending on ability, right?
Yeah.
Like anything really sharp, anything like boiling water where they might not have that spatial recognition. You know, they could knock a pan over on the stove, they could accidentally burn, like this one here, right? We've got the glass top. These stay hot for longer, so easily to injure themselves there.
Help us understand how cooking and cognition are so linked.
So cooking is actually a really complex activity, right? We have a recipe, we're measuring, we're substituting ingredients potentially. Things have to be done in a certain order, right? In order to be able to get that recipe right, we have to remember to preheat the oven, you know, turn on the oven even, right? How many times have we maybe had a loved one who tried to bake something that the oven was never on, so that could be another sign. But you know, there's lots of problem-solving steps to cooking.
That also likely means that this is one way that we could get insight to learn that there's a clue something's going on with them.
Yeah, so you have a loved one who was an avid cook and either stops cooking, right, because maybe it's gotten challenging, or they're noticing they're making mistakes, and so they kind of regress from that activity, or they start making mistakes in that favorite recipe that everyone loves. That could be a red flag.
The cookies just don't taste the same anymore.
No, the pie might be a little different. Yeah. Yep.
Well, what are ways that all of us can use cooking to keep our brains strong?
I think just if it's something you enjoy, or even as, you know, try something new, try a new tactic, right? Try a new method of cooking, right? It's really some of those new things that help keep that cognition sharp. And again, it's just that continued problem solving and really thinking about what everyone's preferences are, what are all the steps that will keep things really sharp in the brain.
Well, Sarah, I really appreciate your ideas for bringing them in, making them feel a part of these holidays right here in the kitchen. So thank you so much for joining us today. And you can learn more if you or someone you love needs help with dementia. You can contact the Alzheimer's Association. They have a 24/7 hotline. That number is 1-800-272-3900 or visit alz.org. And now